Welcome to the first episode of the Drunken Analysts podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Tangerine, joined by my good friend and co-host, Lemon.
Hello. Oh god, I'm choking on beer.
Typical. You may be thinking, two fruits are starting a podcast, and to that I say, take your homophobic attitude out of here. That's
It's
so
still not
stupid.
great. It's still not great.
Okay, we wanted to make this podcast to create a medium that we've struggled to find, like a casual listening experience where us, two drunks, talk about tech and IT, specifically cybersecurity news as well, since that's the industry we're both in, and topics specifically that we find interesting. I, Tangerine, have about 4 years total in the IT industry, 6 months sifting through knee-deep shit that is the service desk, 2 years as a sysadmin at a company with around 1,000 end users, and now I'm working as a contracted security analyst with thousands, plural, end users. Still fairly new to it all, unlike Lemon.
Yeah, I've been in the cyber sec industry for it'll be coming up to 4 years now. I've done a lot of SOC work, MDR work. I've done a little bit director work, but mainly my background is in incident response and engineering. And I think that's about it for right now. Still got some more plans later down the line, but we'll see where life takes me.
What kind of certs do you have again?
I am CCNA certified, which actually I got to renew.
You have to renew that
I'm
one?
Yeah, you do. It expires every 3 years.
Oh, fuck. And isn't
Um,
that's miserable to study for? I guess renewing it wouldn't be
yeah.
so bad, though.
So I guess when I was working in my last position, I was pretty good friends with the network security team there, and one of the guys had to renew a CCNA, and I guess you can take it's like courses that Cisco provides, and you like accrue tokens, and then that just goes to your renewal, so you don't actually have to take the CCNA again.
Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
and then I'm also CYSA certified, and I'm looking at some Microsoft certs for engineering stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm a little lazy right now.
Guess how many certs I have?
43 and a half.
Big fucking none. No
Shit.
certs.
I,
I'm
I was
planning to
off
go
a
for the
little bit.
cert. Or from a cert. I'm planning to go for my Security Plus eventually. Whenever I get
Okay.
the ambition to do it.
It's a slogfest, man, and I hate the way that the industry's been kind of forced into taking certs and making sure that you have those certs on your resume.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like because the current position that I'm at, I only had the CCNA, and then you have people. I mean, my company's a little bit different, but some places they're like, oh. Entry level cybersec analyst. We were looking for you to have the CCMP and all these like high level certs that require 5+ years of experience within the field itself. And you're like, how? Why? How?
I mean, that's
And
just
then you're
like basic LinkedIn job postings or Indeed job postings. It's always just like 5+ years of experience as a junior analyst. It's like, well, how the
yeah.
fuck am I supposed to get that experience? Yeah.
I those posts about the guys who make like some sort of programming language or whatever it may be, and it's like need 10+ years on a job application, and the guy who made it's like, I wouldn't even be qualified for this even though I made this 5 years ago.
It's fucking, it's ridiculous. I do find
Yeah.
it a little annoying, especially talking to other people like outside of IT. They're just like, yeah, I went to school and now I'm in that profession. Like obviously doctors never stop learning, lawyers never
Oh
stop
yeah.
learning and everything. You're learning every day and like there's more material to study. But to keep your job in IT, at least I find it's one of the more volatile industries where it's you need to really just stay on top of things. And I've been lucky
Yeah,
enough
dude.
to like float by without any certs, but that's just been my experience. And honestly, luck as well. I have totally lucked out with a lot of my positions.
Well, I don't know. Like it all depends. If it's like a I don't know like a director level position, something higher up, and you're looking for a certain subset of skills, and you want to show that, fine, you can put that in there. But I think like if you were someone brand new, um, even though you should have some experience in IT, you shouldn't need to have those certs. You shouldn't need to have those certs for that? Like, why should I have the CYSA if I'm going to go do a tier 1 triage analyst position? Why can't we just learn on the job?
Yeah. Well, and a lot of it too, a lot of like certs and learning is like a job will ask specifically for a certification, and that certification doesn't even pertain to the job you're doing.
Yeah.
Maybe a few things you learned while studying for that test. You're like, oh, this makes that easier, or I have a better understanding now. But it's like once in a blue moon where that actually becomes handy, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
Like most of the
Oh,
stuff I did as a sysadmin, or most that I learned, was just on the spot. A lot of Googling, a lot of Reddit sifting, you know. I find I learn better like under pressure too. Like when somebody's like, "Can you
yeah,
get this
dude.
done for me?" And it's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'll figure it out.
Well, and you and me took the same course at our college, and going to my prior position, the company that I used to work for and that you're in now, I learned way more in the first like month than I did in the year or so that we did that course.
Yeah. To be fair, the course we took was very general. I think we can say the
It
name.
was good
It's
though.
we both took a computer networking technician course at our college, and it was a very brief intro to many different avenues of IT, like a couple
Mhm.
months in cybersecurity, a couple months in networking, CCNA, just general like workplace ops kind of stuff too, like just physically fixing a server and all that stuff, building your own server, kind of give you a
Yeah.
slice of life of like a bunch of different areas in IT. But yeah, I found like crunching for those tests and exams in that course and then actually going out into the field. And it's like, none of this really pertains to what I'm doing.
No.
But
No.
that's kind of annoying. Like, I really expected to have a leg up. And it was funny, like 6 months into that 9 month course, I was like, I haven't really learned much, anything new yet, or anything that if I didn't set my mind to, I couldn't figure out on my own.
Uh, yeah, see, and that's where you and me differ quite a bit because when I got into that position as a SOC analyst, I was blown away. I was like, there's so much here. And not to mention, like, uh, I think we did have a leg up in a lot of that stuff. A lot of the computer science majors that were coming and getting jobs as a security analyst had no idea how networking worked.
Yeah, that is true. I guess it is hard to look back and think on what you really learned, but I think there are
Yeah.
things we kind of just picked up without even knowing. And I think I am actually discrediting our course maybe a little bit. Yeah, definitely things that you pick up that you don't even think about that you learned, and it just becomes like everyday use, you
Mhm.
know? Like the first time you touch PowerShell ever, it's so daunting. And now I run around there like a kid on at recess, you know? Like, it's not a big of a deal anymore.
No.
But yeah, overall, I think like having to constantly keep up your learning, and especially the guilt I've felt for not pursuing as many certs. Like, I am a lazy guy, you know, I have my ambitions elsewhere. I do love IT, and I especially love cybersecurity now that I'm getting more involved in it, and I've learned something new every day just on the job. I I love my shit days, but then some days you have a really good day, and it's like I would love to pursue this and just get better at this. But
Mm.
once the day ends, I find it so hard to, look up a Professor Messer video and start studying, or order a book and start studying on a course. And especially too, I find the cost of those certifications, like either the material or
Oh,
the
they're
test
stupid.
itself, is ridiculous. And that's so daunting to me, where it's like, what if I pay almost $1,000 for this test and I fucking fail?
Yeah.
And then,
Well,
well, they offer insurance too, but it's like, do you pay an extra $200 for insurance and then you pass the
yeah.
first time? And it's like, so it's like a catch 22. You kind of lose either way.
That'll fucking scam you for more money. Guess how much my CYSA exam was in the end?
1,400.
It was just a little over $600.
Okay, I
And
like way overshot
yeah,
that.
you just if you keep overshooting stuff, then you just make the other person feel bad. Like you go up to a guy and you're like, "Hey, dude, how much was that watch?" And you can go like, I don't know, like $24,000, and it was really $30. Make him feel like shit.
That's what I do with my Shoppers Drug Mart watches. They're like $10. I'm like, yeah, got this off like a vintage site. Apparently, it used to be worth like a couple grand, but daily driver now, no big deal.
The Casio.
um, yeah, I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
So I think you and me talked about this prior. I think we wanted to touch on user error because I think that's just about what every person in the IT sector or even deals with technology on a daily basis can relate to.
I agree. Yeah, from day one of being in IT is
Yeah.
PEBCAC, which for anybody that doesn't know what that means, a problem exists between keyboard and chair. So the dumb fuck sitting in between that. Or my dad told me that, and I just heard my senior at my job use that the other day, and he's like, I don't know if anybody even knows what that means. And I'm like, I do.
He knows ball knower.
Yeah, that's just inside baseball, you know. Just old fart language. But yeah, I guess what's
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. What's fuck it, we'll start out hot. What do you think in recent years might be one of the more stressful slash infuriating instances of user error you've experienced?
Uh, well, I mean, it's gonna differ if you're doing help desk and sysadmin or in compared to someone like me who's dealing with incidents on a daily. Um, One of the biggest things that I find is that enterprises will give out all this training, right? Like, oh, make sure you don't click a phishing email. Make sure you don't do that. I find that a lot of enterprises are missing out on click fix. I don't know if you're familiar with what click fix is.
I don't know.
It's getting really popular. Like, I deal with it. I don't know how many times a day. So it's a social engineering attack. So if you're on a weird website or you get an advertisement or something, you're gonna click on the link, and it's gonna the Cloudflare verify yourself
Yo, yeah.
page on like yeah. So it's not legitimate.
Oh, I see.
This so it can what it'll usually tell you to do is to hit Windows, type in run, and then you're gonna open up PowerShell and you're
Already,
gonna
I'm
punch
like,
this
no
command in.
fucking way.
Yeah,
People,
dude.
oh my
Yeah,
God.
dude. I shit you not.
Google
Can't
Chrome
name
tells
names.
you, hey, to log into this website, we need you to run PowerShell. How's that not just a
Yeah,
glaring red flag immediately? For even somebody that doesn't know computers, before I even got into IT, the command like CMD was a scary place to be. I didn't know shit. Like, who the fuck is voluntarily
yeah.
opening PowerShell, you know?
So what it's gonna do is it's gonna tell you to run this PowerShell command to verify yourself, and it's gonna reach out to a C2, and it's gonna drop a payload, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then usually what happens is there's another payload that comes after that, and you can see things like I've seen right after you'll see like who am I commands and general recon commands that
Oh, yeah, yeah.
usually happen, and then persistent. So it'll drop a scheduled task or a startup item, shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I shit you not, what was it? Last week, 2 weeks ago, I can't remember. Um, like we get one of these detections, and our AV agent, we've trained it really well that it can detect on shit like that,
Yeah.
right? So it'll just prevent it, right? But however, this one was a little bit different. I can't remember what the actual cause behind it not picking up, but there was a scheduled task that had dropped, and it was trying to beacon out to some Russian IP.
Of course.
And so I'm looking through this, right? I'm like, okay, like it's no biggie. Like it's been prevented. We don't have any follow-up activity after, right? And I picked up this case, right? Like not even 5 or 10 minutes later, I get a coworker. Hey, I got the CISO on the line for you from this company that you're doing this uh, detection for. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And this dude's losing his fucking shit. He's like, I'm hacked. I'm like, what do you mean you're hacked? I'm like, wait, hold on. You're the CISO? Because I'm hacked. I'm like, what did you do? He's like, I went on a Cloudflare website. I'm like, it wasn't Cloudflare. I've have this all. He goes, we need to reset my credentials. I'm like, no, we don't. He goes, we need to wipe the host. I'm like, no, we don't. And that went on for about 5 or 10 minutes, and finally calmed him down. Get through it all. Clean up the scheduled tasks, the whole 9 yards. And this guy is thanking me profusely. And then I'm like thinking, I'm like, this guy is a chief information security officer. and he's jumping straight to conclusions. Like the next thing he would have said is like, we need to reset the golden ticket on the domain controllers.
We need to contain our DC right now.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on that. We can talk about that after for user error.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
Uh,
fucking. I remember too,
yeah.
like the first thing I was told, especially when I became a stock analyst at the company we both worked at for a little while, was if any shit is going on company servers, like the companies that we cover or do security for, never ever secure or contain either a server, and never ever 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 contain a domain controller.
Ever. Ever.
Yeah, it's funny.
No.
It's which I mean, kind of benefit of the doubt. Like CISOs, some of their job is to freak out. I know mine does constantly.
Sure.
It's their job to be paranoid a little bit,
I
which
mean,
I
with
understand, but to an extent.
with your field, with how sensitive that data is, though, you can't blame the guy for being paranoid.
Oh, 100% too. Yeah, especially with, I mean, the size of the company I'm currently working at. I can understand his paranoia and the
Yeah.
freak out when it happens.
Because what is there, like 6,000 some endpoints now?
Uh, I have no idea, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, and it's probably growing by the minute.
For, I mean,
Oh,
I can just bleep that out.
yeah.
We're
Okay, I
good.
think. Okay.
I guess we should say too, we are trying to remain anonymous. That's why we're going by the names Lemon and Tangerine from Bullet Train, if you haven't already guessed. And we're just saying my company or the company we worked at. We like to remain anonymous because we want to, and that's it. I think.
I have I have like 14 kids to feed.
For preface, we're below the ages of like we're not even over 30. Okay, we don't have kids. We're just some fucking losers that are
I
very
sure hope
opinionated.
not.
Also, we're drinking the Drunken Analysts, if you haven't picked it up already, and it is 7 p.m., which that's a fine hour to drink, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's Friday.
It is Friday.
Friday. And if you work from home, then you can drink whenever.
Exactly.
That's what I learned from my last boss.
I was reading this post on Reddit the other night, and I can't remember the subreddit exactly, but this guy was just talking about how he wants to quit alcohol, or he was asking the subreddit, I think, if he drank too much, and he talked about how he worked from home and he was in IT, and that he would, after his lunch, put on a buzz and keep that going till like 5,
Okay.
and then stop and then like smoke weed or whatever to wind down for the rest of the night. And I just thought it was really funny. Excuse me. That he specified he was in IT, because I feel like IT is another, like blue collar jobs. They're always stereotypical alcoholics and cocaine addict. I mean, a lot of them just
Well,
are.
we worked in blue collar. We know how it is.
Yeah.
It
Oh
is.
yeah. It sucks. Yeah. There is a reason they drink so much and do drugs. But it is
Yeah.
funny. Like the further I've gotten into the IT community too, you
Oh,
understand how
dude.
many people get hammered on a Friday night. Like so many guys on my team, like just we were talking today about vacation time, booking it for the year, and one of our guys is just like, we're just talking about our plans for the weekend, and I was like, oh, I have a little housewarming party or whatever, and one dude's like, I think I'm just gonna go turn on the news, buy like 6 tall boys, and just see how long I can stay awake. It's like that sounds miserable to the news. Why would you do that to yourself?
Even worse, it's Fox News.
Oh God, yeah, yeah, we're masochists here in IT.
Well, did I tell you about that conference that I went to last year?
We drank like a fish at, if I remember.
Dude, I could not keep up, and I've partied. I have partied. So, for preface, I used to do pipeline stuff prior, and we used to party. And it was like we got in on a Friday, and they're like, "Oh, let's go to the bar, right?" Blah blah blah, and they're buying shot after shot after shot, and I tapped out at 9:30, and I woke up on the bathroom floor at like 4. I'm like, I gotta be back at the conference in an hour.
Just hungover as shit the next day at all the demos.
I was so drunk. I aced every demo though. I knew that. They were like, "Oh, well, it was for like security engineers or not sales engineers." I'm like, "I'm the guy who fucking tunes the rules and makes the detections for this platform. I know how to do this." Oh, it's a Yaml? Sure, let's do it.
I wish I could. As soon as I get drunk, I just want to keep drinking, and that's a problem.
I think that's just called having fun.
I think you're right. I should stop putting
Yeah.
so much pressure on myself. Was
Yeah.
funny too. I remember an instance when I was at my sysadmin job and I was talking to a guy too, like same conversation of like, what do you got planned for the weekend? And I was just talking like, I'm probably gonna have some beers and like play games with my boys or whatever. And he's like, yeah, nice. I might have like 7 or 8 drinks or whatever. And I was like, oh, nice. Like what beer do you drink? And he's like, no, whiskey. It's like, oh, okay, good for you, man.
What do you mix it with? Nothing.
Nothing. Oh well, you must drink some good whiskey, right? Jack Daniels. Okay.
Oh, do you have ice with it? No.
I actually just poured onto a
Temperature.
paper towel and just let it. I just put it in my upper lip like chewing tobacco and just let it sit
I
there.
was, ab- I was about to say, like he waterboards himself with Jack Daniels.
Welcome to the IT industry. Fuck. Okay, back to user error. We should probably get back on topic.
Oh, yeah.
I have a little bit of a simpler one here. I'm still working at a pretty low level at my company. Uh, I mean, I still am brought on to some bigger projects and stuff like that, but they know my experience and they know not to throw a lot at me, which is nice. But I do love accepting the challenge when it's available, and I always ask to be a part of these bigger projects, even if it is just sitting in the meetings, listening to people talk or whatever. It is nice to like be a part of it. But so right now, for my job at least, I do exceptions for peripherals being plugged into laptops, usually storage devices and shit like that. And my biggest user error, I think, recently, just off the top of my head, this past week, probably every day this week, at least once a day, is users just not understanding how a ticketing system works, how priority works, because they will send in their request and they'll send in the request for a USB or whatever to be excluded from the policy we have. And I just go into our little program. Once they plug it in, it says blocked by our AV or whatever, and and then they're able to use it. And they have to submit a form, manager approval, and all that. And most of them are fine, right? Like most of it's serious things. It's related to their work, shit like that. But every once in a while, I will get some fucktard that decides they want or they've been just loading their work device with their own personal files, just I guess taking it home and doing whatever the hell they want on it. I mean, we still do have policies in place. They're not on Steam. They're not downloading games. Um, but they'll log into like their Facebook or whatever or shit like that. They'll download pictures or and shit off online. They'll do their taxes on their company laptop, and then they'll just blatantly send in a USB request being like, I need to remove like 500 megabytes of data of my personal files, which I mean, I made the mistake the first time of just double checking with my director and being like, that's not allowed, right? And he was like, no, that's blatant data exfiltration. Like, regardless if we can verify that all of that is personal files, they're not allowed to put a USB on to just take documents off their laptop. Like, why is their personal shit on there to begin with? How did it get there? But yeah,
Yeah.
and that
I
just drives me insane. Like, drives me nuts all the time. And I'll deny their request with an email, send it to them. Hey, your request has been denied. You're not allowed to exfiltrate your personal documents from the company laptop, and you should delete those. You should not be using your company laptop for personal use. And instead of replying to that ticket, they will just create a new one and hope to God that another analyst picks it up. Newsflash, there's 5 of us, and I'm at the bottom of the totem pole here, so I'm dealing with all of those. It's me every time. You're not getting a different guy. You know what I
Hey
mean?
Paco, it's me again.
Yeah, like what'd you think was gonna happen? It's still the same troll on the bridge, man. It's me. Like I remember working service desk too, and we were contracted for I guess I can say like an automotive company, and a lot of these, like a lot of the end users were technicians at this automotive company, and a lot of them have never seen a computer in their life before. Like rural, like extremely rural, especially where we're from, and these guys, that's just not their thing. So I deal with a lot of dumbasses there. Uh, and a lot of these guys would just get extremely frustrated and just tell me that I'm doing the wrong thing or it's not working, and I'll be persistent or whatever. And then they'll just hang up and then call the line again, hoping they get another analyst. And once again, it's me. I'm the only guy there. Like, I don't know. They're like, can you transfer me to another analyst? No, because no one else is available. It's just me, pal. We're gonna have to figure this out together.
Oh man,
Drives
I
me
can't
nuts.
imagine dealing with end users like that on a daily.
It's
I guess
miserable.
I'm lucky in that instance, but yeah, just the stupidity that you see.
I mean, I got very lucky just being in the service desk for like 6 months. I got a buddy that's in there right now
Yeah.
for another company that contracts out their support to other companies, whatever. And right now he's doing overnights as well, so he'll maybe get one
Oh,
call during his entire shift. So he just sits there, but that one call is like just like it'll take like half an hour, and it's always unique because nobody can explain their issue the same way, even though it is the same issue. Like I feel like as an IT
mhm.
analyst, sometimes when you're troubleshooting, you wait for that one. You may not understand their problem right away, but then as soon as they say that one thing, you're like, oh, I know what this is. And I feel like a lot of people, especially for general companies, I'm not saying my buddy works for any of these, but like Walmart, for somebody that calls that customer service line, there's so many different people that have different uh, experiences in IT or computers, or maybe not. Best Buy, I guess, is a better example, maybe.
Mm.
And just the way they frame their questions, or they frame their support tickets sometimes are so different that it's very annoying, because you'll look at a ticket and it looks insanely complicated, but it'll be super easy because you're like, oh, this is your issue. You completely led me in the wrong direction because you think you know what you don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I find that a lot with end users, especially. I love when an end user is just like, I don't know shit. Take over, do what you got to do, you know? But I hate when
Mm.
an end user is like, yeah, I'm somewhat competent in computers, and I think you should check this. And it's like, no, no, I'm not even going to waste my time on it. What are you talking about? You have no
Those
idea what you're talking
are
about.
the worst.
Yeah, well, my husband's in IT, so I know a thing or two. No, your husband does. You don't. Okay? Or your wife does. I won't be gender specific here, but God, it's fucking annoying.
Oh, speaking about user error, this was like an enterprise error, like complete. Are you familiar with what a break glass account is?
I've heard the term, but I'm not extremely familiar. If you don't mind going over that.
So usually your break glass account is like use of emergency only, so it's like disabled sometimes, depending on policy and which uh, framework you're looking at. So like in case of a big emergency, let's say you get breached or whatever, and this thing it doesn't have an inbox, right? It doesn't have a license in Microsoft. It's just there to perform admin actions, right?
Okay.
It's like root level, pretty much.
Almost like a service account or like a machine account.
Yeah. And this was at a prior company, and we just onboarded this client, and they were through Sentinel, and Microsoft has a default detection for use of a break glass account, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because usually you should not be using that to go change someone's credentials, right?
Mm-hmm.
It should be under that. And so we seen this and we're like, what the fuck is going on, right? Like, because it was blowing up.
Yeah.
Like, because we just onboarded them through the connector, got it all done. And like, I bet you 300 some of those detections came in like an hour.
Oh
Like,
God.
what the fuck is going on? So try to get a hold of them. No one. No one will answer. Like, okay, well, you guys are a pretty large organization. Um, why isn't anyone answering? It is like 11 o'clock on a weekday, and you guys are in the same time zone as us. So try going, and now some seniors are looking at this and they're like, "Well, that's not good." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Well, sorry, seniors. I was one of the seniors too." Um, so we're looking at this and finally get a hold of someone. I'm like, "Hey, like, what are you guys doing?" Oh yeah, we were changing credentials. Oh, we were changing this group policy. Oh, we were doing this. It's like, why? Why are you using the break glass account? Oh, because everyone has a shared password to it.
Oh my God.
I'm like, okay, shared password. Why is it a shared password? Where are you storing this password? Oh, it's in a CSV in our SharePoint.
I was just gonna say it's in our SharePoint.
And I,
Oh my God.
I was like, hey, um, don't, right?
Yeah.
And so, we got into the call with the director later that week, and I was like, you guys are fucking up. Like, why are you? How? Like, did no one think about this critically? And every time we email, they'll have like their certificates and their position and then how many years experience or whatever. And there was guys in there who I was responding with on the phone who I was talking to were like 18 plus years in cybersecurity or IT or whatever it may be. Are we just failing this? What's going on?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is really funny too. I mean, like, kind of like tailing off that, like people not understanding the severity sometimes of something.
Yeah.
Like, I guess if you're done with your point there, but I have another.
I'll just
Oh,
I'll
sorry.
just preface this in case anybody doesn't know why a break glass account being used on a daily basis with shared credentials is bad. If you had even one user get phished through like a man in the middle or adversary in the middle attack, that those credentials could be leaked and a threat actor could get in and they could lock out everybody and destroy everything and dump golden tickets, the whole 9 yards.
And with it being a shared
That's
password, it just broadens the spectrum of
wild.
like it
Not
just
even a password manager.
yeah, like just the amount of yeah, in SharePoint too. Like at least have a password manager if you're gonna share account. For a break glass account, like maybe two people, your senior admins, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, it's ridiculous. But
But what were you saying?
yeah, I got one where there was I can't remember what exactly they were downloading. It was like an Easter coloring book or something, and this was at the beginning of April. Downloading it to their
Oh,
personal
yep.
device, and of course, the Easter coloring book was filled with malware, and we had to contain their
Always.
computer immediately. Well, thankfully, our MMSP did that, and we I get an email from this girl, and then we're getting phone calls to the service desk that are asking me transferred over to security. I'm handling the ticket. I create like an incident, to investigate all this, and I link in the or I I link in the user, and I just let them know like, hey, this is what's happening, and they are immediately just so adamant on getting back to work, being like, no, I need to do my job right now. You need to uncontain this computer. Why is it being contained? And trying to explain to somebody that just has no idea the severity, you know, like there's no
Yeah,
point of even arguing, or there's no point of typing out a huge paragraph because they're not going to understand at that point when they're already just like, especially hearing their voicemails too, they were furious. Like, and it's like you downloaded malware. We need to likely re-image your entire device, and all you care about is like, sure, yes, getting back to work is important. I can understand that, but
for sure.
like, I don't know. If I was at a job, even without being in IT, and I get a message, because what our company does, you get a message as soon as you try to log in. This device has been contained. It cannot reach the network. It cannot connect to the internet. You cannot access any personal. You can't even log in, really, right?
Mm.
Would you not just be like, oh shit, I did something wrong? Instead of trying to
Yeah,
fight the team that their entire job is to set and maintain preventative measures against malware that have just contained your computer, you're going to argue with them. I've
you
never
would
got
think.
that before. Never understood that. Like anytime I've called any customer service line about something like that and I feel that I'm starting to get annoyed, I immediately feel the need to apologize and being like, I'm sorry. You're the one that knows what you're doing here. I don't. I'm frustrated at the situation, not you. But they never
Yeah.
do that. It's always like, why are you doing this? I need to work. You are ruining my day. Bitch, you ruined your own day. Like, yeah. And I'm saying bitch, but guys too. There are idiot dudes out there.
They're bitches too.
They're bitch. Yeah, they're all bitches. Bitches is gender neutral.
I like that. I like that. Bitches is gender neutral.
It is. Yeah. You can be a guy
Yeah.
and still be a little bitch.
Oh yeah.
Like me, honestly. I wear the title of a little bitch sometimes. But I embrace
Yeah.
it. Embrace being a little bitch. Don't hide, you know.
Mm. Like I'm a twink.
Yeah. That's why I keep a
Yeah.
gun on me all the time.
Yeah.
Kidding.
Always.
Should we preface that we're Canadian?
We
Or maybe
can't
not.
own guns.
Yeah, we can't own guns, unfortunately, here in the Great White North.
The government said no more fun.
Yeah. Which is still funny. School shootings still happen. Or not funny, I guess, but you know.
It's just
If there's a will, there's a
real
way.
real knee slappers there.
Yeah. Jeez. Uh, maybe we should get onto some cybersecurity news. Something like that. There's a lot going
Yeah.
on. You know more
Did
about
you?
the shiny hunters threat if you wanted to talk about
Oh,
that.
yeah. Well, oh shit! I didn't even pull that topic up. What was it? Late earlier this week or last week? Rockstar got hit by shiny hunters.
Wasn't that? It was like mid-March, wasn't it? I think.
Let me pull this up.
Because it was in line with
Actually, I got
the striker attacks as well. I remember hearing
yeah, because
striker
shiny
and
hunter.
shiny hunters in the same paragraph there.
Oh shit. Okay, so I guess a week ago they hit Rockstar again.
Like Rockstar Games, the company.
Yeah. Um, so Shiny Hunters is getting pretty notorious. I don't know if you've heard much about them.
Not too much, just a little bit I've seen. I've been more focused on striker.
Cool. I was at a conference a little while ago, and there was a massive talk about Shiny Hunters because they've been getting a lot of traction. So they, from how I understand, is they've been a threat actor group since about 2020, I believe. And they're credited for like over 200 some million records being stolen,
Jeez.
like especially from Salesforce, which was a big one.
Mm-hmm.
So what they usually do is they use phishing. So that's for anyone who doesn't know, that's voice phishing. So for example, I'm I don't know, Pedro Pascal, the notorious shiny hunter hacker, and I phone into
God,
the
that guy's
MGM
got range.
Grand. Yeah, yeah, I know, right? I phoned into the MGM Grand, which was also another uh, breach that happened a while ago. I can't remember who actually breached that one. But I phone up the help desk because I've already done my reconnaissance. I know who I'm targeting. I phone up the help desk and go, hey, this is John Doe from accounting or HR or I don't know, the IT team. I can't get into my account. Can you reset my password and let me know the temporary password? That's how they've been getting in.
Which
And
is
they've been
crazy.
wildly successful.
Like just today, even at my job, I had an issue where I had to change my password and I didn't have my security questions set up. So I had to go take a much longer route. I wonder if they had those in place, like any security questions or like if any social engineering was done or the reconnaissance was done prior to that to
So,
learn those.
some that I don't understand is, especially during that conference when they were given a talk, is that are you familiar with conditional access policies?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I deal with that every
Yeah.
day.
Why? Because usually, like shiny hunters, if you're in the United States, I'm sure they wouldn't be authenticating from the United States,
Mm-hmm.
And even if it is a VPN service, that should still raise alarms for Defender itself.
Mm-hmm.
Or MFA. How are they bypassing MFA?
There's so many different triggers that go off like immediately is like abnormal IP, yeah, no
Yeah.
MFA, or like multiple, like that would just be a brute force at that point if they're failing MFA multiple times. Because at that point, like where's the line where it's like that company's security is just so shit, or the shiny
Yeah.
hunter's that good, you know?
Well, I think they're excellent at social engineering with how many people they've hit and successfully hit, right?
True.
So I'm just looking up here. I guess they also search GitHub for API keys as well.
Oh,
And
interesting.
then on top of that, they use phishing to gain MFA access. So that would make sense. Um, a lot of attacks nowadays, it's through like credential harvesting. So you give your email, your password through a fake phishing link and the MFA code as well, and then they pull that and log in directly with that.
Yeah, that's wow. I do
Yeah, but
something
they've hit a lot.
I
Oh,
do love
sorry.
about these hacker groups. I'm just reading this article here from 2021. But in January 2021, the Shiny Hunters published 1.9 million records that were exfiltrated and stolen from the photo editing service Pixlr. Linked to hacking forum included emails, user login names, country of origin, like a ton of other sensitive information. I
Hmm.
just always find it interesting when hacker groups like that, they just publish that information instead of keeping it and, for ransomware or something like that.
Yeah. Well, what was that? What was that website to cheat on your spouse with? Um,
Uh, I don't know.
I don't want to say Adam. It's not Adam Eve. That's sex toy shop. Um,
I know exactly what you're talking about though.
some Madison, Ashley Madison,
Ashley
right?
Madison. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they held that shit for ransom, and in my
Yes,
opinion, they kind of had a good reason.
I heard about that. Yes, there was. When was that? When did that happen?
That was a long time ago. Ashley Madison hack.
We're both just typing it up.
2015.
2015. I mean, dude, that's not even that long ago. Just over 10 years.
Security's come a long way.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that because there was a ton of people that got leaked. Their account information, their full names, and around that time too. Ashley Madison was huge. At least, like, I remember hearing about
Yeah.
it, and I was like, what? Like, and it's bad that my mind went to like, there's so many different ways to cheat on your spouse. Why the fuck would you go into an app that's called the cheating app? You know what I mean? I would never cheat on my girlfriend, but I just thought that was funny because that's where my mind went. But I mean, it just shows my ignorance, because then there was multiple thousands of
Well,
spouses that just searched for their
yeah.
partner's name and just found them on there because they were genuinely, whether they were worried or not, they just did a check. So they're like, oh, all this information was released publicly. I'm bored. Why don't I just, and then boom, found out your husband's been cheating on you for years.
It's just crazy. And did you know? I just learned about this. There was a article that I read. I can't remember when that was. It may have been last year. The major. It was like some crazy, like 98%, 99%. I'm correct me if I'm wrong in the comments or whatever, but 98%, 97%, something like that, of the women on Ashley Madison were bots from Ashley Madison themselves.
That's
Which
hilarious.
that's so funny.
That's not even unreasonable to think about, especially where we're at now with like AI tricking
Mhm.
people on dating apps and everything like that. That's totally
Yeah.
believable. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, and my girlfriend and me, we watched a documentary. I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't great about the Ashley Madison breach. And I guess
I'm sure she loved
the
that.
she thought it was fascinating.
Okay, interesting.
Because a YouTuber was caught in it. It was like some Christian YouTuber with multiple kids, and they remember the old YouTube days where they would film their kids and do vlogs, day
People
in
still do
life
that.
of.
People still do that, man.
Really?
Yeah,
I
it's hard to
I thought
watch.
it. I thought like the Ace family and stuff were gone. Anywho,
Oh no, people still pick up the mantle. Are you kidding me? There's so much money made to just fucking embarrass your kid
yeah,
online. I don't want to go off into a rant here, but that type of content makes me sick. I fucking hate it.
eh, agreed.
Sorry,
Um,
continue though.
no, that's all right. There was some famous YouTuber who got caught up in it, and the husband was, um, on that list. And because he had the notoriety, everyone was tweeting at the wife,
Oh,
"Hey,
of
your
course.
husband's on the Ashley Madison list."
I do
It's
find
just
that funny
crazy.
too. How, I mean, not even just in this, but how audiences really keep uh the owners of the channel or whatever like accountable like that. Maybe not just like spit like fans of them, but immediately
Yeah.
somebody found that name on there and just published that out, and then you just have probably a couple thousand people at that time messaging the wife just because they're all trying to fuck this guy over, rightfully so.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. It's nice to see a community get together like that. It's sweet.
The world should do that more often.
Yeah,
Just get together and just shit on one thing.
a good little witch
Like
hunt here and there.
AI.
Yeah, fuck. which is so ironic because our profile pictures are AI. But listen, neither of us are artists. Okay, this is temporary. We'll figure
I
something out.
tried.
We
I
tried.
tried. I tried using GIMP. I'm used to
He
Photoshop.
did. He used GIMP. He gave it a college try, and it
I did.
it was all
I
right.
use Arch, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, this guy uses Linux. If everybody didn't know. Hey, everybody, this guy uses Linux. See, nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares.
Oh, oh, oh! One of my neighbors just gave me a thumbs up. You can see it though,
That. Oh, thanks for that. What?
because I use Linux.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, he was just what passing by your window and.
Yeah. Speaking of which, why is he on my deck?
All right, back from grabbing a beer. Did you deal with that guy on your deck?
Uh, yeah, I think so.
Was he just clawing at the window now? He found another Linux user. Want to be friends?
Yeah, no,
What distro do you use again?
I use Arch, by the way.
Peasant. I don't even know enough Linux distros to make fun of you.
You use the Hannah Montana distro. You bother like that?
Is that a real distro?
Yeah, it is.
Of course it is.
Yeah, I use that in school. I got in shit for it.
My little bit of experience on Linux was Kali Linux for like an hour because I thought it was cool, and then I realized that it just was not fitting what I needed to use it for, like at all, like for a simple school project. So I just switched over to I think Mint because I think Mint is probably the most digestible
It is. That and Ubuntu.
version. Yeah, I think I might have used Ubuntu too as well. Both those are very very digestible.
Yeah, I've been rocking Arch for off and on for a while. I like it.
Yeah.
It still pisses me off most days.
I mean, well, I wonder where your cortisol levels at between Windows and Linux. Which one gets you the most fired up?
Well, uh, Windows probably.
Me too. I don't think there's a
Yeah.
reliable way to turn off automatic updates on this thing,
No.
which
Why
drives me
do we need
insane.
to have 15 fucking updates every day?
Dude, the amount of times, like, 'cause I turn my computer off during the workday and I'll turn it back on after I'm done,
Mhm.
and immediately, maybe once a week after an update or whatever, it'll be like, let's finish setting up your PC. Why haven't you hooked up your OneDrive? Why haven't you subscribed to our Office suite?
Yeah.
Where's your OneDrive? Leave me
Use
alone.
Copilot.
Don't you want to pay for Microsoft Copilot? Come on. Don't you want to use it to edit on photos? Come on, please. Don't you want to generate a cool image of a really shitty T-Rex looking at the camera or something?
I'm so glad Microsoft doesn't have robots right now because they would send robots to your house to beat the fucking shit out of you just to use Copilot.
Yeah. Yeah, you fucking found a way to like turn off automatic updates and you just hear a knock at your door and it's just a Microsoft robot, like turn that back on. Like what? What do you just
It just socks you in the nose.
beats the dog shit out of you? Like that scene from Black Ops 3, just bending your limbs over your head. I heard you were
I'm
switching
sorry.
to Linux. I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Just hearing bones crunch and crying, and all you hear is the Microsoft startup sound.
Yeah. Every time one of your bones break, it's like the Microsoft error.
Ding.
Oh my god.
So speaking about Microsoft and their infinite vibe coding disasters, did you hear about that some Windows servers are entering reboot loops after the latest patches here in April?
I heard a little bit about it, but you probably know a bit more than me.
Yeah. Actually uh one of the people who we deal with very regularly got hit with this here and was not very happy. Um Especially because it was a domain controller.
Oh, of course.
So I haven't read too much into this. I did uh I did discuss about a few others here today. So how I understand this is that once you after this latest patch, Alsace keeps crashing. right? And it's only for non-GC domain controllers
Okay.
that use PAM. So it's kind of like it's rare, I guess, but every environment's different. Every IT sysadmin sets things up differently, right?
Mm-hmm.
But either or, if you're releasing a patch to some like a Windows Server operating system, no matter what the setup is, if it's with PAM, without GC, if it is with GC, how was this not tested?
Sorry, just for my simple mind. Do you want to, what's GC?
GC is global catalog.
Okay.
Uh, so like a global catalog is in like Microsoft's Active Directory. Sorry. So it kind of essentially is it's like a replica, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So it's a replica of like the other objects within that forest. Um, I don't know how to kind of put it in layman's terms because this one took me a while to get my head around when I was working with this one.
I can give you the AI
Essentially,
interview if you'd like, or AI overview.
oh, oh, totally, yeah, totally. I'll go buy up ChatGPT for $40 a month just to help me explain it.
Yeah, good idea.
Uh, So, like global catalog in layman's terms is you have a domain controller, and for anyone who's not familiar with what a domain controller is that it's a server that sits within your organization, and it just says, um, yes, you can authenticate. No, you can't authenticate because every time that you set up a password within an organization, it hashes that password, stores it in the domain controller itself, and if you use the right credentials, it'll match the hash, right?
So, arguably one of the most important servers to have in your organization.
Hands down. It's why we say don't isolate a domain controller, right?
Yeah.
Because you can fuck over an organization that way. Um, so so them having this problem, because I think they've already patched it, but either or, do you imagine being that sysadmin? It might be thousands of endpoints, might be 10,000 of endpoints, whatever. You come in the morning and your DC just won't launch. You set up a time frame for the night shift to come in and do an update. And here you are.
I
No
would
one can
be
log in.
sweating bullets. I already
Yeah.
get paranoid over shit. I can't think of a good example, but I I saw like a Reddit post the other night that was like your most paranoid in IT, and it was like I ran an update on like half our endpoints overnight, and then the next morning the power went out, and I for 5 seconds was sweating because I was like, was that me? you know. But God, to just try to sign in the morning to your DC and just oh.
What do you mean? I can't authenticate. Oh, dude, that would be the worst. And again, it's like a small percentage, right? But even at, let's just say 2% of 100,000, that's still quite a few people, right?
Oh yeah, it's yeah. Was that
Yeah.
20,000? 2,000?
It'll be 2,000.
Fuck. I used to be good at math.
Yeah, me too. Then I went to IT.
Yeah. And now ChatGPT does my math for me. Sorry, gaming. I don't know why I said
Sorry, gaming?
that.
uh, oh, well, look at this. So I just pulled up Bleeping Computers article on the reboot loop, right?
By Mr. Sergio Gatlin.
Uh,
Sergey Gatlin.
yeah. Microsoft is now also investigating a separate issue causing this month's KB5082063 Windows Security Update to fail on some installs of Windows Server 2025 systems. Oh, And also that some Windows Server 2025 devices may also prompt a user to enter a BitLocker key after deploying the latest update.
I just read that. That would be
Un
hell for all those poor sysadmins.
Do you imagine being that guy and be like, "What BitLocker? What do you mean? When did we encrypt this?"
Oh my god.
Holy shit. And I guarantee this is from their vibe coding. Guaranteed.
100%.
Because we never used to have issues with this with Windows 7. Hell, even Windows 8, 10, we didn't even have these issues. Like that generation, there was always issues with, every patch had some sort of issue, whatever. But I don't remember anything like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just proves the steady decline of Microsoft over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Money,
Yeah,
money, money,
and
money, 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 money. Less resources to actually important things.
and their rampant AI usage.
God. Yeah, raise your hand in the crowd if you hate Copilot. My hand is raised. I can't
I
stand
don't
it.
even I haven't used it once, but I hate it. Why
Dude,
do I need a notepad?
it's the worst because my CISO wants us to. We have I really don't understand, I guess, how it works totally. But they have AI that's just within the company, right? So you can search, you can ask our AI for a file, and it'll pull it from our SharePoint. I don't know what that integration is called or how that works.
Okay.
And you can we can provide our AI company details, and it doesn't leave the company, if that makes sense. It's not like
It's
ChatGPT where
just an
it's
on-prem.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's not thrown into a learning algorithm or whatever. And even then, I just find it to be extremely annoying, especially when
Yeah.
or my manager will or my director will just and he's a great guy, but he'll post an announcement but he'll rephrase it in AI. So instead of something that could have been said in like a paragraph comes out in 5 paragraphs, and it's just annoying to read. I hate the way AI talks. You know what I mean? You know, it all talks the same. Like no matter like
LinkedIn.
Copilot, ChatGPT, you can always
Yep.
just see when it's AI talking because it has this weird little rhyme with it and it all like flows in this certain way. And I just find it super annoying because it comes
It's
off
got
as like a band kid talking. Do you know what I mean?
it's got dashes, and if it's listing out reasons, it always says several reasons.
Yeah, it can make a mountain out of a molehill
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
constantly. And it's extremely paranoid as well. Like especially using AI as a SOC analyst. It was great for uh decoding things and shit like that. Or not decoding specifically, but maybe putting in an arbitrary code and seeing what exactly is happening when it runs, especially if you're not
Sure.
fluent with code like I am. Obviously, making sure there's no company details, you're blocking out usernames and everything like that. And if you don't do that, you're an idiot. Um, but I would use ChatGPT like that all the time. And it has its uses there. But for anything else, sometimes I find it to be completely useless, especially on like a human interaction level, aside
Oh
from
yeah.
using it as like a specific tool for something specific, I guess. Like you have to really find a niche to use it for,
Mhm.
I guess, and then it can work. But
You have to be specific with it, I find.
you got to whip that shit like Django.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm not saying whip Django. I'm saying I'm like Django holding the whip in Django Unchained, and he's whipping the guy, not whipping Django.
Good save.
Thanks. Now watch this drive.
Thank you, Bush. Um, yeah, I my company is starting to push more AI, and we, um, all of us in because there's a lot of us in the security sector of the company goes, no, like listen, it's a good tool, but it should remain a tool, right?
Mm-hmm.
It should be helping us. It shouldn't be a hindrance. I shouldn't have to go out of my way to do something with it. Like I do use ChatGPT, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but it's very few and far between. I used to use it lots when I was starting off, especially with PowerShell commands. If they were big, right, massive, and you don't understand what different arguments mean, and it might be base 64 encoded.
Yeah,
I
like
recommend
as a
using
beginner,
CyberChef for that.
trying to
But
understand syntax is incredibly difficult, especially without
yeah,
going to school or no training. It's one of the
absolutely.
things. It's not something you can just learn and read. It comes with practice, which is almost bad to use AI instead of just learning how to type that stuff out. But as a beginner, when you need to get the project done by the end of the week, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna obviously use the tool to make this go by faster.
Sure. Sure, absolutely. What I hate is that every LinkedIn post uses AI. Every other product that you see is now like with AI included. Why does your coffee maker need to have AI? Like, come on, dude. Like, I still have to load the pod or the grounds manually.
Yeah. When
What
was
are
the
you doing
last
for me?
thing like that came out where every major company was, because for them it's like a little badge they can put on their product and they think it'll make it sell more, I've found.
Well, it was like with Wi-Fi, or it has its own app, or it's cloud-based,
Mm-hmm.
right? I yeah,
But to this
military
level,
grade.
like I just can't remember the last thing where every major company, like, they tried to use
No,
AI constantly as a selling point. And now, at least in my position, I see that and I just immediately don't want to use that product anymore, or I'm less
agreed.
interested in it, especially if they're pushing their AI side of it. I'm immediately disinterested.
Yeah, like we were doing fine as a society without it. You know,
Yeah.
sure, it's helped me in a lot of ways. Like I like to bounce ideas off of it. Or if you're using it for a training resource, as long as you're double checking its work, it's great.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Right?
that's
Like
and
when I
that's what
was
I find.
studying for the
Oh, sorry.
CCNA. No, no, that's all right.
Uh, yeah, and that's what I was gonna say too. Is having to check its work, and there's a lot of people that don't do that. I find, and it's blatantly obvious when they don't.
Oh yeah.
Like in IT, and then even in just real life, seeing like like my mom will tell me something that ChatGPT told her, and I'm like, did you like actually Google that, or did you just take it for its word? Same way people will see a TikTok or Instagram, a reel, and they'll just
Yep.
take that for what it's, they'll just take that at face value. And it's like one Google search will save you from looking like a fool, and nobody makes that extra effort. And as somebody that does, that's why I just found ChatGPT and so many models of AI just so redundant. What's the point of having to use it and then double check its work? That almost feels like doing double the work
Yeah.
sometimes, especially when it becomes like, I don't know. Fuck it. I don't have a good example, but you know where I'm going.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I I hope it's a fad. I know it's not. It's gonna remain here. Unfortunately, we have to deal with that. You know, we have
Mm-hmm.
to live with that. That AI is here to stay. I think it is a bubble and it will burst at some point because there's too much investment into it and there's no ROI on it.
Well, didn't
Um,
Microsoft, or maybe not Microsoft, there was a few companies that started disbanding their AI tools and stuff like that. And I remember seeing posts
yeah.
being like, the bubble is bursting. And I was very reluctant to celebrate. I was like, no, it's not. There are
Well,
still people that are going to milk this cow for everything it's worth.
and Google developed something I can't remember what it is. That reduces the memory usage too, right? And then all the stocks in like OpenAI and Anthropic all lowered like that day.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention just like the effect it has on well, I mean the planet, but I mean like who really gives a
Oh
shit about
yeah,
that?
dude.
But RAM prices, storage prices, fuck's sakes.
Yeah, I wanted to buy more NVMe's.
I do
I
too.
can't.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. One thing too that
I-
drives me insane is I love my girlfriend, but sometimes she'll tell me like, or maybe this one time, but she was like, "Oh, I use ChatGPT to write my emails out for me and stuff like that," which
Mhm.
is fine. And she does a lot of announcements stuff like that, so that's fine. Where it's like multiple paragraphs, like you kind of need to stretch it out, and AI is great at that,
Sure.
and she
Yeah.
uses it in the right way. But at first, when I heard that, I use it to write my emails. After digging in deeper, I was like, okay, no, that's fine. Um, I thought that was just insane at first, though, writing your emails for you, because I have never used ChatGPT to do that. I can still type a paragraph long email to somebody with no problem, you know? Well,
Yeah.
it just makes it easier. Does it, though? Because you have to give the ChatGPT your prompt, and then how much, and then it's definitely not going to give you what you want the first try. It never does. And if you do, just
No.
take it what it gives you. You genuinely just don't care about what you're sending out. And you just have to constantly revise. And it's like, why not just type it out yourself? And then, believe it or not, that shit just gets easier over time. The better you are at typing out your own emails, your thoughts in a professional manner. Like, I get being like, oh, I want to type in an email and then make it look professional. And ChatGPT is good at making it look professional. Why not just become professional yourself? You know?
Yeah.
I feel like it's easier said than done. Like, I've been doing it for years, but, and some people just don't know that the corporate speak and whatever, which is such a gay term, corporate speak. I hate it, but it's
Yeah.
there. It is true. You know, it's,
Synergy.
yeah, you need to include buzzwords and shit like that.
Put a pin in it. Circle back.
Circle back. Yeah. Fuck me. God, like
Yeah.
just the
It's
other day,
it's.
what I text you when I was trying to get my profile picture figured out, I was losing my mind over IT or
Oh.
over AI.
Oh
I was
yeah.
trying
You
to
couldn't
get,
change the shade of it.
yeah, yes, I was, yeah. So the profile picture I have that anybody who's watching on the YouTube will see, I was, we initially did it and it came out red, and I was like, well, I'm Tangerine, it should be orange. So I just asked ChatGPT to change it to orange, and then it added a bunch of extra details, and I was just like, get rid of those, and then it just sent the same image back, and I said, you didn't change anything, and it literally went, good catch to me, and I was ready
Yeah.
to punch a hole through my fucking computer. So I texted Lemon and I was like, what what I say? I was
Yeah.
so angry.
You're you're so right. I didn't do what you told me. Good catch. Do you want me to try again? And you go, I like to see you on with your entrails tingling over my fireplace.
Yeah, I have a real right way with words when I'm enraged, and it comes from AI specifically. It almost feels like arguing with like a moron when you like give them the facts and logic of your argument, and they're just like, I don't believe you.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, and it's like, what? What do you mean?
It's like trying to fight a flat earther, dude.
Yeah, right. It's like it's a brick wall at that point, and just constantly trying to hit it,
It
like
is.
just whipping my AI and like no, and I would literally type out, "Do what you're told," and it would just like, "Okay, I will," or it would be like, "Oh, I
And
have
it
to
doesn't.
force this edit to go through because it doesn't work with our image design," and I was like, "Well, how'd you do it in the first place then? You generated this image. How can you not just change the color? You know?"
Mhm.
And it was like, "Do you want me to force it so I can?" And I'm like, "Yes, force it. Like force past whatever restraints you have then." And then it just sent the same image again. And I'm like, "You didn't. What do you?"
It's trying its hardest, damn it.
I gotta breathe.
I feel I f- I feel like it's like dealing with a child sometimes.
It is, but a child, you can understand it's a child. I'm supposed to be told that this AI intelligence. Where's the intellect, brother? Like fuck.
Yeah. And it doesn't check itself sometimes too. I have seen where it will go through the whole cycle of checking itself, but yeah, dude, I like the tool in theory.
Yeah,
I hate the implementation of how we're doing it now.
I do too.
'Cause every corpo greedo is just AI this, AI that. It's the next hot thing.
Yeah, it's used as marketing, and it feels so forced. I remember when it was cool, when it was first kind of, when the bubble was first coming out. Like it was interesting to see the capabilities of it, knowing that you could just
Yeah.
plug some code in there and it would fix it for you. And if it got it wrong when you tried inputting it into PowerShell, you could tell it the version of PowerShell you had, and then it would fix it based on that. I remember that for me. I was
Yeah.
like, this is great. Wow, this is very handy.
That
But
saves
it's,
you a lot of time.
yeah. And I just find it's so useless in the weirdest ways sometimes. Like it meets its restraints in the oddest ways. Like it can do so much in one field, and then you try to just hammer down on something, and it just can't. And then it
It's
gaslights you,
wide
and
but
then it
not deep.
also its responses. If it just said to me, "Listen, I can't do that. You're gonna have to edit this yourself," I would be like, "Okay," and then I just would have went and done it myself. But the fact
I'd
that it was
respect
like,
that.
the fact that it's like, "Good catch. I was lying to your face. Do you want me to try again?" No. Like,
I'd rather it tell me that like I'm some stupid fucking moron.
yeah.
Like just be real with me.
She's like, "No, you moron. I've told you I can't do this 3 times. Stop fucking telling me to." I'd be like, "Okay, shit. Chill out. All right. I'll figure
God
something else
damn.
out.
All right. Thanks for being honest though.
Stop telling me you can do shit you can't."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that unreliable coworker. Hey dude, I need to leave early. Can you finish this up for me? Yeah, dude, no problem. You come back the next day and the fucking building's burnt down.
Yeah. That or when you give someone like a small project or like a coworker like, "Hey, can you handle like I'm off these couple days if you don't mind just reaching out. This patch went through, just reaching out to these customers, making sure." And then they text you on their days off. What do I say? Figure it out. Like, do you need me to
I'm
hold your hand through
drunk.
this?
Still. Leave me alone. I bet you that's what happened with the whole CrowdStrike outage thing.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, I gotta leave early for a dentist appointment. Do you mind pushing out this patch? Yeah, no problem. He was the intern.
Yeah, I can handle it, no problem. Oh man. Well, on March 11th this year, an Iranian hacktivist group, the Handala hack team, uh, attacked the American healthcare technology company Stryker. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that made big headlines.
Huge
Oh,
headlines.
massive. That affected more than just Stryker.
Yeah, it affected patients and customers of the healthcare system that
Yep.
uses those devices, which is everywhere in, or not everywhere, but a majority of America and even in Canada, which is fun. Yeah, impacted over 200,000 systems, exfiltrated 50 terabytes of data, which doesn't even come
That's
close. I'll stay on this, but I remember
crazy.
hearing around that same time there was also an exfiltration on TELUS, a
Yeah,
Canadian.
a petabyte.
Yeah, 50 petabytes of data, which was insane. I remember reading that and being like, why does that P look like a T? Or why does that T look like a P? I'm like, what? Oh my God. That, I had to Google what that was. I couldn't even remember how much a petabyte was.
Dude, yeah. I remember, yeah, March 13th, I texted my old man. I go, holy shit, Telus got breached and had a petabyte of data exfilled by the hackers.
50
And he just
petabytes.
goes, ooh, hold on. 50?
Yeah.
It's 50. Holy shit.
Oh wait,
Thank
no, I'm wrong.
Christ, I'm not.
I'm wrong. I'm wrong. 1 petabyte. I don't know where I heard 50. Maybe I took. Okay, my bad.
Oof.
I totally
All
got that
right,
mixed up with Striker.
correction.
Okay, 50
Well, still,
petabytes. Yeah, that is insane.
still a petabyte is a lot. Thank Christ, I'm not a Telus customer.
Yeah, no kidding. Guess who is?
Uh, have fun. Hopefully, they're doing like credit checks and stuff for you.
Yeah, I haven't received anything. I mean,
We don't know what was exfilled either. Like a petabyte could have just been documents of internal fucking HR procedures over the past 40 years,
yeah, yeah. Who knows?
which it's HR, so it would be like 14 terabytes, but still.
Yeah. It back to Striker though. It is kind of interesting because like I don't want this podcast to turn into politics and anything like that. I'm not going to state where I stand on that or anything like that. Um, just because I just personally don't fucking care to get into it. But it's very clear that this attack was provoked by what the U.S. is doing currently to Iran, which is
Oh yeah.
interesting. Receiving emails too, like I've received an email at work regarding this, like the Striker attacks and everything, and I had the name Jeffrey Epstein listed in a work email, which just blew my mind. Like at 7 a.m., reading through my emails, oh yeah, the striker attack. Oh shit, oh big deal. And then it's just, oh, because of the war started to hide the Epstein files, like in a work email. Like, oh,
That's
crazy.
I- we've gone to some weird timeline, dude, where you can see names like Jeffrey Epstein in a work email, and you're not even associated with the United States.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It is crazy. Like, I mean, yeah, it's the first time I've experienced it, like just world tensions even affecting where I work, you know?
Oh yeah,
Like it's easy to distance yourself from a lot of those news you like a lot of the news you hear. Like
for sure.
obviously I care and I have my opinions and stuff like that, but you never see it firsthand, I guess. I mean, me seeing it firsthand is obviously way different than anybody in Iran or something like that. But
Mhm.
it's crazy that it has that reach where it's like there are professionals in my industry, my company that are sending out mass emails that are like clearly like well clearly America started this war in Iran to distract from the Epstein files and like that's just a fact.
Mhm.
And yeah, and not to get political, but it's like it's funny that that's where these major companies are at, and then you have people that deny that. It's like okay, while you're sitting there
it,
arguing on Reddit, they're already making headlines. So
it does feel surreal when that does happen. I've had that happen a couple times where you're reading it in the news and you're like, we're dealing with this right now, and it's happening to tens of thousands of other people
mhm.
because of a certain event in the world. Yeah,
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 like it almost feels like they're not waiting on it, but they've excuse me. It was between October 2025 and March 2026. 278 compromised credentials were observed from Stryker,
okay.
and they didn't do anything till March.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice. They were waiting.
it was crazy too, like reading about the news on Reddit and just hearing how employees for
Yeah, they were
Stryker
out of
were
work for like a week or two.
they
Like
had
they
to
couldn't access anything.
they had to communicate on WhatsApp just to know when they were going to be able to go back into work.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's wild. I can't imagine being that scenario.
no, me neither. Well, I mean, it's out of your hands like completely.
Yeah, nothing you can do. Huh.
Yeah, yeah. Hackers used Microsoft Intune to issue a remote wipe commands between
That's
approximately
right.
like 5 and 8 a.m. or whatever, and 80,000 devices enrolled in Stryker's unified endpoint management service were impacted by that. 80,000 Stryker devices.
Holy shit. And speaking about Intune, I remember the headlines about people questioning Intune security after that. It's like, well, hold on. Intune is working the way it should be, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was there was an oversight in somewhere. I don't do you know what the vector that they got into Striker? Is it like a phishing email or
I believe it was some sort of phishing. Hang on, I was back on that article. They were able to gain global admin access. Um,
so they did escalation, but from what vector?
yeah, it still hasn't been confirmed. So, in listed on Bleeping Computers, one possible explanation is the use of just the compromised credentials that they were just gaining from October 2025, sourced from an info stealer activity or other exposed authentication pathways. Supporting that possibility, threat intelligence researchers at Outpost 24, Spec Ops parent company, identified compromised credentials associated with Striker.com within its telemetry. Fuck me.
Telemetry?
Telemetry. Jesus Christ. One of those words. But yeah, just credential leaks here and there. So potentially phishing, probably, or something along those lines.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how they're doing now.
Oh, hopefully getting back on track. I mean, to preface too, like Striker makes like defib machines and
Yeah,
emergency transport vehicles, like the systems in those, like those services being down
it's
impacts
dangerous.
patients, like people in trying to get service from a hospital. And fucking, we already know how hard it is to get healthcare in America. Imagine paying your $200,000 and you can't even fucking get the proper care.
Because the system is down. Yeah. Yeah, it was like when WannaCry hit. Groceries, hospitals, subway systems were all down.
It is really
That's
interesting, like just how far these can go, like the hacks and everything.
Isn't it crazy too that we are in a time in the world where floating ones and zeros, if not used properly, can bring down our daily livelihoods?
Yep. I
Yeah.
mean, it's kind of funny too. Like in contrast, I just finished reading The Cuckoo's Egg by Cliff Stoll,
Yeah.
and that was, I think, one of the earliest cases of like computer espionage that ended like with an arrest and all that. And it's just his first person account of this guy named Marcus Hess, he broke into the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory or whatever,
Yeah.
and used that to make his way onto the military net back then,
Yep.
and just sift their way through files and everything like that, and basically just stealing information to sell to the like the KGB, which is kind of crazy. And back then, like none of it was taken seriously. Like this guy would call military companies, Air Force, uh, NSA. He was in contact with the FBI, and nobody gave a fuck. Like the precautions just weren't there.
Hmm.
They're like, oh, there's a guy in the system. He hasn't stolen anything yet, so it's like, well, what about when he does? What about when this guy decides to take action? And now we're here, where it's even with these security protocols set in place, like so much damage is being done.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gone a long way since then, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was in the '80s too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is funny
Yeah,
too, knowing
mailman.
how much Cliff Stoll is just a hippie. Like I looked up a picture of him after I read the book. He's still alive, 75 years old, young, and in like all of his so many parts in the book, it'd be like, yeah, I'm meeting with these, CIA guys, all clean shaven, crew cut, sharp suits, and I'm walking in there with sandals, dirty jeans, a Hawaiian shirt, and hair down, greasy hair down to my shoulders. Because him and his lady back then were extremely anti-government, and then he's just brushing shoulders with all these big wigs at three-letter companies. But I think we've covered what we want to cover in
Mhm.
relations to IT. I say we get off this doomer subject and go to something a little more lighthearted. Our favorite little place, the LinkedIn Lunatics Corner,
Oh.
where if listeners don't know, there's a subreddit called LinkedIn Lunatics. And as much as I would like to believe a lot of these are trolls, and they probably are, there's a few names you see here and there, and they're putting out posts that are obviously joking and fucking with whoever's reading them. And but they're still hilarious. Some are questionable, especially with I mean, this doesn't pertain to IT at all, but with like ICE in America, there was a ton of those. And I remember seeing
Yeah.
those, like a proud ICE wife. And I was like, that's a
Shit's
career move.
wild.
That's a career move for sure. Yeah. But do you want to go through some of these? End the podcast off
Yeah,
after that?
I guess it's gonna hurt, but yeah. Yeah. This is something that I seen here today while browsing the LinkedIn Lunatics that I had to confirm was a post about an invoice from Anthropic. And if you don't know what Anthropic is, they make OpenClaw or just Claude. It's a AI chatbot. And if you're an enterprise, you can get like an enterprise license from them, and then you pay per token, which is like the usability, how much you can use in an hour. I don't know how tokens really work. I'm not that deep into this because I don't use AI like this.
Mm-hmm.
So this post is an invoice from Anthropic themselves. The invoice amount is $113,000 or $113,421.87. And this dude goes, our AI abilities hit $113,000 in a single month. We're a 4-person team. I've never been more proud of an invoice in my life. Here's why. And then it gives you more. You're 4 people and you used close to $120,000 worth of tokens in a month? What the fuck are you creating? Are you sales?
It's
I don't. Why are you flaunting this?
yeah. It's odd
Anyways,
brags. It's
it is. A lot of this stuff is. I'm we'll get off the AI topic because yeah, more Anthropic. You got one to share?
yeah, I got one from I guess maybe I shouldn't say his name. But I mean this one, if there's any comment that makes you want to put a gun to your temple, it'd be this one. Unpopular opinion. Humans were happier back when they were working 6 to 7 days per week on their own self-owned isolated family farm. In case the work week was reduced to only 4 days, it would drastically increase depression and misery even more. Most humans don't do well mentally with leisure time.
Um,
And the only example he gives is on their own self-owned isolated farm. And well, yeah, because they needed to keep the farm running to live.
yeah, yeah.
Versus a guy sitting in a cubicle who cannot wait for the day to end. You're going to tell him 6 to 7 days per week is optimal for your mental health?
yeah,
Most
dude,
humans, too. Like, it's
what?
just a broad stroke. I
Would
find
just
so retarded.
fuck me up. Just general broad strokes.
It makes me
That
lose my
dude,
mind.
that dude, I guarantee you, is also the same one who puts in less than 20 hours in as a CEO, bitches about everyone not putting in mandatory overtime, and is a nepo baby.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Oh, 100%. That's where these opinions come from because it's just a lack of experience
It
and
is.
awareness in the industry or, yeah.
I just don't understand LinkedIn posts to begin with.
I don't either. I've never made a post on there aside from looking for work
No.
or started a job.
Yep. Yep. Same. So you know who the biggest lunatics are on LinkedIn?
What's that?
HR and salespeople.
Well, they are crazy.
So are you familiar with what crumble cookies are? 'Cause I
Yeah,
just learned this yesterday. I
yeah, the
didn't even
cookie
know this
company.
was a thing. Um, so this lady writes, FYI, I just ordered crumble cookies, and she added crumble cookies and sent them to myself with a note that says, end quote, congrats on your new client. I am so proud of you. Exclamation mark, end quote. Dot, dot, dot. Because we should always remember to celebrate ourselves. Peace sign, heart, cookie.
That sounds like a person that's very annoying to be around.
I'd
Like,
rather fucking kill myself before making a LinkedIn post like this.
yeah. And I guess to preface, I kind of agree with the like, yeah, sure, you should definitely celebrate yourself here and there. You should definitely be like, good job, pat yourself on the back here and there. But just LinkedIn posts like that, they're so corny. And
It
it
gives me the same fucking energy as that domestic abuse fucking LinkedIn post. And it's like, I got beaten to shit by my husband, my ex-husband. This is what it told me, or this is what it taught me about sales. What?
I feel like so many people see like on their timeline is just extremely pompous people sharing their opinions in this weird too like they always speak like they're fucking at like a philosophy lecture. Do you know what I mean? Like they every
Yeah.
LinkedIn post, whether it's written by AI or not, it always comes off like they are just sharing their wealth of knowledge to you and you should be grateful to hear it. They come off as if they think they're standing on a podium above everybody else with such wisdom. And it's like you're just a dude. Why the fuck? Like, nobody, I don't know who you are. Nobody
Yeah.
knows who you are. And people see that and they try to replicate that, and it makes me wonder why. Like, sure, maybe if you have LinkedIn posts that pop off, maybe it gets you in searches more and stuff like that.
Marcus
Maybe,
Hutchins is a good example. Like he has good posts once in a while. Marcus Hutchins, for anyone who doesn't know, is the guy who killed WannaCry. He found the kill switch for WannaCry. He reverse engineered it.
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. But like, yeah, you're reading these posts, and it's like, okay, Richard, thank you for telling me about your day and how you saved $3. I could heel hook you. I don't care.
Like, okay, listen to this one. When I was a VC, I would always ask founders one question: do you own a bed frame? Also, there's always spaces in
What?
between. There's always like
Oh, the fucking indents.
indents and spaces in between every sentence where it's like like they think they're expelling such profound thoughts. And obviously, we're
Yeah.
not fucking geniuses over here at the Drunken Analysts, but we can register when some bullshit is headed our way. I feel like, and anybody with a brain should be able to. Anyway, okay, when I was a VC, I'd always ask founders one question: do you own a bed frame? If they answered yes, I'd stop the interview right there. The most successful founders are so focused on scaling that they don't bother spending time on purchasing unnecessary things like bed frames. Every dollar spent on something for their personal life is a dollar that could be spent on Claude credits. However, the most successful founder I ever invested in, who made a 2,000 times return for the VC, shocked me with his response to the question: why would I own a bed frame when I don't even own a mattress? First of all, on the list of things today that didn't happen, but
That has to be satirical, right? Has to be.
I don't know. I hope so. But oh my God.
I
It's just ridiculous. Oh, congrats. You have lower back pain. And there's a chick that lives in my building that's like literally bent 90 degrees because her back is fucked up. But hey, she met her quota for sales. Not her, that's, but like, fuck. Oh my God.
You know what? The ones that get me the most.
What's up?
Um. And to preface this, we're not gonna tell you what to think or what to believe in or what not to believe in. Is the cybersecurity posts that somehow intermingle with religion? Have you ever come across these?
I don't think so.
Ooh, man. So someone from a prior position that I know was very much a faithful man, and that's great, right? You know, whatever floats your boat, whatever gets you through the day.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna
But
ask for
when you
this
tell
his name
me,
after this.
oh yeah, I'm gonna give you it. Um, but when you say that the only reason that you were able to develop code through Claude was through the power of Christ and belief, I gotta stop you there.
Yeah, a bit of a
That's
stretch.
that's deranged. Like we're getting to Jonestown territory now. You
He's
know,
fully
like
drinking the punch, yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. Dude's been drinking that fucking Kool-Aid.
I got a good one here. Uh, though I am a virgin, from the brands I've used so far,
What?
my preferred order is, and this is regarding condoms. And then he lists 4 brands. Would love to know your perspective. And I hope to God, it's an explorer, writer, game designer, so it's hopefully a troll, but fuck me. It's so funny.
Oh, like there's a 50-50 chance that every LinkedIn post is serious too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, even on like my homepage, like I'll never find likely anything that'll end up on here, but like on LinkedIn Lunatics or whatever. But still, you get that
Mhm.
same like, just wait, is this a joke or not? Like, do you actually think this way? So it's kind of scary about the
Uh,
internet and everybody. It's totally been said before, especially with like TikTok and all that.
Oh,
Everybody can download it. It's free. You get to hear the opinions of everybody now. If you want to,
oh yeah.
which like you couldn't before. And that's where like that funny argument of like, has the world gotten dumber? It's like, no, you've just been more exposed to the dumb.
Yeah.
I think, and I heard this saying like the dumbest people are usually the loudest, you know?
Yep.
And I mean, here we are starting a podcast because we think people want to listen to us. So we're dumb to a degree, but
Oh yeah.
the
Just full
people,
of it.
the people, like, at least for me, that constantly comment on Facebook posts and Instagram with just an argumentative nature and stuff like that. Not to say they're all dumb, there's obviously people out there that do it in good faith and stuff like that. But here and there, you just see these, and it's like, okay, yeah, dumb people are the loudest.
Uh,
Because a
so
smart person
speaking
can
of,
see something and just be like, I'm just like, why would I interact with that?
so,
Not saying I'm smart either.
uh,
I think we've babbled on enough. End off on a tech tip of the day.
yeah, well, thank you so much. If you've come to the end of the podcast, we really appreciate you listening to us ramble
Yeah,
drunkenly.
if you made it this far, thank you very much. We're
And
hoping to. Oh, sorry.
oh, oh, you go right ahead.
I was just gonna say we're hoping to release these maybe once a week, every 2 weeks when we get around to it. Obviously, we're not depending on this for our livelihood or something like that. Obviously, so it's just a hobby, and if it picks up, it picks up. Um, Also, if you did listen and you want to share your thoughts, totally do so. We're gonna be wrong. We're gonna make mistakes, and I'm totally willing to be called out on it and shit like that, and so I can fix that. And any constructive criticism, whatever, is welcome and stuff like that. So yeah, lemon.
Yeah, don't open up phishing emails.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.